In this video, I'm going to be going through, demonstrating and explaining hip cars or controlled articular rotations. It's important to know that when we're doing any sort of controlled articular rotation, we're focusing on one singular joint and we want to keep the rest of the body in as much tension as we can to avoid compensations throughout from other body parts moving. So we're going to go through 3 different variations of the hip car. We're going to go through standing, side lying and quadruped. So we'll start with the standing one. If you've got a stick or something to hold on to help you balance, or a chair, or even just having your hand on the wall, anything to help you keep balance, and then we can really just focus on the one hip that we're trying to work. So we're going to stand, feet quite close together, loads of tension pushing down on the stick. Make a fist or grab a tennis ball if you've got one to create more tension throughout the rest of your body. And we're going to start by flexing and driving the knee up to the chest. Then we're going to open the hip, internally rotate by turning the heel back, and then we're going to extend to kick back, drawing the knee round, finishing knee to knee. Then we're going to reverse it by extending the hip and kicking back, opening up, externally rotating and bringing the heel back under, and then bringing it back round. I'll do one from the side. So we flex up, open the hip, internally rotate and extend, drawing a circle with our knee, finishing knee to knee. Then we reverse by kicking back, extending, opening the hip out into abduction, externally rotating the hip, bringing the heel back under and around. So I'll do one more, up, out, internally rotate and extend, kick back and out, externally rotating in. That's our standing variation. Next we're going to go into a side lying position. So 2 ways we can do this. I can either stack my legs together or I can tuck my knees up. I'm just going to have my knees tucked for this one because it's a little easy to balance. Another key point to remember here is that we don't want to be leaning back or compensating by dropping our hips and our shoulders back. So I want to keep everything stacked up nicely. So my hip is over my other hip, my shoulders over my other shoulder. I'm going to clasp my hands together to create tension, and it's the exact same movement, we're just in a different position. So we're going to flex and drive the knee up to the chest, open the hip up, internally rotate and extend back, and then adduct, bringing the knees together. Then we're going to reverse it by kicking back to extend the hip, open out, externally rotate, driving the knee back up to the chest. One more, so up, out, internally rotate and extend, driving the hip back and around, then reverse by kicking back, open the hip out, driving back around. Whenever we're doing any sort of hip car, we want to make sure that we're not rushing and we're going as slow as we can. Really try and get a good sense of the movement and a good connection with your hip. If you're rushing it, you're probably going to miss out or go through ranges of motion that you might need to take more time in. Next up, we're going to go into a quadruped position or tabletop on our hands and our knees. Bring your knees under your hips, so don't go too wide because you're going to have to lift one leg up. Exact same thing, we're going to take a deep breath in, brace our abs, make sure nothing's moving, press the hands into the floor, drive the knee up to the chest, open the hip out, internally rotate and extend, reverse, so kick back, open the hip, pull the heel back under and back around. One more, stay braced, don't let your body change, up, out, rotate and extend,